Let's go to South Carolina, where a South Carolina Democrat who endorsed Biden said she's switching to Sanders because he fights for the least, the fallen, and the left behind. Ooh, interesting. Let's check it out. In a tweet thanking Dalhi Myers for her endorsement, Sanders wrote, "Together, we will defeat the most dangerous president in modern history." Dalhi Myers, a black woman elected to South Carolina's Richland City Council in 2016, announced Wednesday that she is switching her support in the 2020 Democratic primary from Joe Biden to Bernie Sanders. And Joe Biden said, why? Well, Myers tells him why. I looked at that and I thought he's right. Myers said of Sanders' electability argument in an interview with the Associated Press. He's unafraid and unapologetic, added Myers. I like the fact that he is willing to fight for a better America, for the least, the fallen, the left behind. Initially, Myers backed Biden because she saw him as a candidate who could possibly appeal to Republican voters disenfranchised by the president. It was a compromise choice, she said. I didn't find anybody's candidacy electrifying, but I did find Joe Biden's candidacy to be reassuring in a sort of normal American kind of way. Okay, but here, she had a change of heart. But over the ensuing weeks, Myers said she started to feel that Biden's candidacy, while familiar and perhaps comfortable, wasn't going to be enough to inspire the young voters whom she sees as necessary to a Democratic general election win. Now, by her own account, Myers is no progressive firebrand, but she said she is voting what I think is the best for all of us, not just me. Here's a quote from her. "I'm a 50-year-old black woman, and I tend to be middle of the road. I'm not a left-wing liberal. I'm not even a left-wing Democrat, but I am a realist." And Sanders thanked her for her support and said, "Together, we can make history. We will defeat the most dangerous president in modern history." And Jack shared this story with us. Thank you, Jack, for that story. Look, people don't want to go back to the so-called normal. People don't want it. That's why people elected Barack Obama. They elected Barack Obama because he said he was going to be change. And that's why people got behind Bernie Sanders in 2016. And he started a movement. Well, he poured gasoline on a movement. The movement was already there, but Bernie Sanders gave it a really big punch in the arm because he made a lot of us realize, oh, we're not as alone as we thought we were. There's other people who feel this way too about the world and about our country and about what's going on. That's what happened. And I think it's amazing that people who entertain that notion, like this woman in South Carolina, are slowly realizing, okay, that's not what's going on. And maybe this woman still feels that a lot of Americans just kind of want to go back to that normalcy, and we can agree to disagree. But she's seeing that the way forward is someone who will really inspire, not somebody who is a, quote, compromise choice. I mean, how uninspiring, for lack of a better word, since it's the word she used too, how uninspiring is that message? How uninspiring was it when Joe Biden's wife, Jill Biden, Dr. Jill, got up there and just said, look, I know there's more exciting candidates out there, but Joe, he's just the guy. Like, what? Are you kidding? When Hillary did that same thing, it didn't work, by the way. Look, I know it'd be nice if we could have something. I know nobody likes me, but, it's either me or Trump because I'm the establishment's chosen one. So, sorry, suck it up, America. Like, who's inspired by that? Well, nobody. Nobody is. I know that Joe Biden's a compromise choice. How do you go door to door for something like that? How do you go knock on a door? Hey, do you guys want to hear about my compromise choice, Joe Biden? Do you guys want to hear about, I'm not a big fan of him, but I just think a lot of Americans just want to go back to normal, What do you mean by normal? Well, like normal, like, I don't know, I guess before Trump took office. Oh, you mean when I was still struggling to put food on the table for my family because I'm working 2 of the 3 jobs to survive. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to send my kids to college because they'll be in crippling amounts of debt for the rest of their lives, or that I have horrible healthcare that I pay for 3 times over, and we pay more than the rest of the industrialized world for healthcare by a long shot. Or you mean like my neighbors who their kids just went off to fight in a war that we shouldn't be in. They may never come home. I'm concerned about the quality of our water because there's no protections anymore. That's the normal. You want to, yeah, they're drilling right in my backyard. That's the normal you want to return to. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like the president talked nicer though. Didn't you want to have a beer with that last guy? Don't you want like a nicer talking president? Thanks for stopping by. But I think I'll explore some other options here. Nothing's inspiring about a compromise choice, which is what Joe Biden is to pretty much anyone that stands behind him. There's still a lot of people who entertain that idea that, well, he's not great, but he'll beat Trump. And I think 2016 completely. How do you still entertain that after seeing what happened in 2016? They tried that. It failed. You tried to beat a Republican with Republican light, and people just decided we'll pick a Republican. So why not try an actual alternative to Donald Trump? Why not try an actual populist? Why not try another outsider? We live in an outsider time. Have an outsider on the other side try to beat a so-called outsider who actually isn't an outsider at all, just has the branding for it. Why not try that? And now people all around the country are realizing that, including a black woman in South Carolina. The South, everyone, Bernie does terrible in the South. Everyone loves saying that. Bernie can't win in the South. Here's a city council member, black woman in South Carolina, who's realizing, yeah, this is the guy who's going to inspire people. This is the guy who's going to win. You want to have someone that can beat Trump. This is the guy who's going to do it. And if your main priority is beating Trump, well, let's try something that'll actually beat him. If you're one of those blue no matter who people, and you really want to beat Trump, which, hey, I want to beat Trump too. I don't want Trump to get reelected. Are you kidding? So let's have something that actually beats him. We tried an establishment insider. We tried a centrist. We tried that. It failed. So it makes sense to try something else, doesn't it? Doesn't it? If you lose to a team in sports and in basketball or whatever, and you play them again, are you going to just run the same offense? Are you going to do everything that failed the first time? Or are you going to do something different? Be like, hey, man, we covered the man-to-man. We lost. We're going to do a 2-3 this time. I'm not really an expert in basketball at all. I mentioned his zone defense to try to sound cool. I'm like, dude, we're going to do, you know what I mean? Like that's, but you see what I'm saying. And this woman's waking up to it. Jack, thank you for sharing that. That is some really cool news. Nina Turner shared that as well. Yeah, that's a good thing to see.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make